Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Good morning. Welcome to our daily Srimad Bhagavatam class. We're working out some technical difficulties. Let's see if we can work on them simultaneously. I don't think I can. We're going to try something. Trying to get the verse up here on the screen. Hare Krishna. We can chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Krishna. Jai! By the power of chanting Hare Krishna, we've got the intelligence how to get this up here. Okay, so we are reading today Canto 7, Chapter 9, 51. We'll go through the rest of the chapter, and then we'll start Chapter 10, and we'll go up to Text 10. And then we'll be focusing on Text 4 of Chapter 10. Okay, let's get to... 7, 9. Helps if you talk out loud while you're doing stuff, right? 50. This is where we'll start, but of course, we will start with, oh man, look at that. Jai Radha Madhava. Okay. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Gopi Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Gopi Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabiyari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Jaya Radha Kalashanji Radha Kalashanji Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Shamasundar Radha Shamasundar Shri Radhe Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Shri Radha Madhava ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We can do the invocation prayers, Sanskrit, together. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devyam sarasvatim yasam tato jayamudirayat nashtaprayasha breshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati utamashloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. Om Gyantimarandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Okay, reading from Canto 7, Chapter 9, Text 50. we'll go to the end of the chapter, and then we'll start chapter 10 and go to 10, focusing on text 4. Please, let's read actually 2 or 3 of the verses at a time, because we've got quite a few, so we'll speed it up a little bit. Who's starting? Who's got the mic? Okay. Thank you. Go ahead and read 2 or 3. Please. Oh, gotcha. Yes, just translation, please.
Therefore, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all persons to whom prayers are offered, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, because without rendering 6 kinds of devotional service unto you, offering prayers, dedicating all the results of activities, worshiping you, working on your behalf, always remembering your lotus feet, and hearing about your glories, who can achieve that which is meant for the Paramahamsas? 51. The great saint Narada said, thus Lord Nrsimhadev was pacified by the devotee Prahlad Maharaj with prayers offered from the transcendental platform. The Lord gave up his anger, and being very kind to Prahlad, who was offering prostrated obeisances, he spoke as follows. 52. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Prahlad, most gentle one, best of the family of the Asuras, all good fortune unto you. I am very much pleased with you. It is my pastime to fulfill the desires of all living beings, and therefore you may ask from me any benediction that you desire to be fulfilled.
Yeah, go ahead and do about 3. Yeah.
Text 53. My dear Prahlad, may you live a long time. One cannot appreciate or understand me without pleasing me, but one who has seen or pleased me has nothing more for which to lament for his own satisfaction. 54. My dear Prahlad, you are very fortunate. Please know from me that those who are very wise and highly elevated try to please me in all different modes of mellows, for I am the only person who can fulfill all the desires of everyone. 55. Narad Muni said, Prahlad Maharaj was the best person in the family of Asuras, who always aspire for material happiness. Nonetheless, although allured by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who offered him all benedictions for material happiness, because of his unalloyed Krishna consciousness, he did not want to take any material benefit for sense gratification.
Chapter 9. Chapter 10, text 1.
We read it.
Text 1.
The Saint Narada Muni continued, although Prahlad Maharaj was only a boy, when he heard the benedictions offered by Lord Nrsimhadev, he considered them impediments on the path of devotional service. Thus he smiled very mildly and spoke as follows. Prahlad Maharaj said, My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because I was born in an atheistic family, I am naturally attached to the material enjoyment. Therefore, kindly do not tempt me with these illusions. I am very much afraid of material conditions, and I desire to be liberated from materialistic life. It is for this reason that I have taken shelter of your lotus feet.
Text 3. O my worshipable Lord, because the seed of lusty desires, which is the root cause of material existence, is within the core of everyone's heart, you have sent me to this material world to exhibit the symptoms of a pure devotee. Text 4. Otherwise, O my Lord, O Supreme Instructor of the entire world, you are so kind to your devotee that you could not induce him to do something unbeneficial for him. On the other hand, one who desires some material benefit in... Can you scroll down? In...
Oh, it's stuck. I'm
Oh, it's
sorry.
stuck.
Who desires some material benefit in exchange for devotional service cannot be your pure devotee. Indeed, he is no better than a merchant who wants profit in exchange for service. A servant who desires material profits from his master is certainly not a qualified servant or pure devotee. Similarly, a master who bestows benedictions upon his servants because of a desire to maintain a prestigious position as master is also not a pure devotee. Text 6. O my Lord, I am your unmotivated servant, and you are my eternal master. There is no need of our being anything other than master and servant. You are naturally my master, and I am naturally your servant. We have no other relationship.
O my Lord, best of... Text 10. Huh? No, text 7, sorry. O my Lord, best of the givers of benediction, if you at all want to bestow a desirable benediction upon me, then I pray from your Lordship that within the core of my heart there be no material desires. Text 8. O my Lord, because of lusty desires from the very beginning of one's birth, the functions of one's senses, mind, life, body, religion, patience, intelligence, shyness, opulence, strength, memory, and truthfulness are vanquished. Keep going, Prabhu.
Yeah, go ahead and do 9 and 10, and then we'll get to the focus verse, please.
O my Lord, when a human being is able to give up all the material desires in his mind, he becomes eligible to possess wealth and opulence like yours. Text 10. O my Lord, full of 6 opulences, O Supreme Person, O Supreme Soul, killer of all miseries, O Supreme Person in the form of a wonderful lion and man, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, let's go to text 4, and that will be our focus verse for the day. Let's see if we can get it to come up on the screen. Some technical difficulties. Hare Krishna. There we go. Yay. Natyata te kaliya guru. Nanyata te kale guru. Gateta karunatmanaha. Gateta karuna atmanaha. Yasta ashisha aste. Yasta ashisha asyate. Stay. Nasababraya savai vanik. Nasabratya savai vanik. Nanyatya te kale guru. Gateta karunatmanaha. Yasta ashisha ashaste. Nasabritya savai vanik. Bogo, please. Nanyata te kale guru. Gateta kurunatmanaha. Yastaya shishaste. Abritaya savevi. Te kale guru. Atmana. Aya savai vane. Word for word. Together, please. Comes up. Na, not. Anyataha, otherwise. Te, of you. Ankila, guru. O supreme instructor of the entire creation. Gahatite, such a thing can happen. Karuna atmanaha, the supreme person who is extremely kind to his devotees. Aya, any person who. Te, from you. Ashisya, material benefits. Asyasyate, desires in exchange for serving you. Na, not. Saha, such a person. Prityaha, a servitor. Saha, such a person. Vai, indeed. Vanik, a merchant who wants to get material profit from his business. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Otherwise, O my Lord, the supreme instructor of the entire world, you are so kind to your devotee that you could not induce him to do something unbeneficial for him. On the other hand, one who desires some material benefit in exchange for devotional service cannot be your pure devotee. Indeed, he is no better than a merchant who wants profit in exchange for service. Purport. It is sometimes found that one comes to a devotee or a temple of the Lord just to get some material benefit. Such a person is described here as a mercantile man. Bhagavad Gita speaks of arto, jinanasur, artartihi. The word artha refers to one who is physically distressed, and artartihi refers to one in need of money. Such persons are forced to approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead for mitigation of their distress, or to get some money by the benediction of the Lord. They have been described as sukriti, pious. Because of their distress or need for money, they have approached the Supreme Lord. Unless one is pious, one cannot approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, although a pious man may receive some material benefit, one who is concerned with material benefits cannot be a pure devotee. When a pure devotee receives material opulences, this is not because of his pious activities, but for the service of the Lord. When one engages in devotional service, one is automatically pious. Therefore, a pure devotee is anya balayasitya sunyam. He has no desire for material profit, nor does the Lord induce him to try to profit materially. When a devotee needs something, the Supreme Personality of Godhead supplies it. Yoga, Sheshamam, Vayayami, Aham. Sometimes materialists go to the temple to offer flowers and fruits to the Lord because they have learned in the Bhagavad Gita that if a devotee offers some flowers and fruits, the Lord accepts them. In the Bhagavad Gita 9:26, the Lord says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prashashyati tadyamam bhakti uparyatam ashanyami prayanta atmana. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit, or water, I will accept it. Thus a man with a mercantile mentality thinks that if he can get some material benefit, like a large amount of money, simply by offering a little fruit and flower, this is good business. Such a person is not accepted as a pure devotee, because their desires are not purified. They are still mercantile men, even though they go to the temples to make a show of being a devotee. Sarvyopadi vinir muktam tat paravtvine nirmalam. Only when one is fully freed from material desires can one be purified, and only in that purified state can one serve the Lord. Rishikesha sevanam bhaktir uchate. This is the pure devotional platform. Hare Krishna. So, everybody in the conditioned state is looking for a good ROI, a return on investment. A mercantile man is looking to make some profit. So their investment is they bought some goods, they have them up for sale, somebody buys them, and they make a little profit, right? Tit for tat. So in this conditioned state, we'll see many people and ourselves coming to the Lord for many different things. And so, but everybody's looking for a nice return on their investment, right? And in the mode of ignorance, we have three modes of material nature, right? Ignorance, passion, and goodness. The ignorant person is looking for a return on their investment. What kind of return on an investment is the person in ignorance looking for? This is really interesting because it doesn't seem like an investment, but for the person in ignorance, it's actually a nice investment because they purchase or they give some investment into a mode of ignorance activity, right? For instance, they drink some poison. This poison is called alcohol, right? We actually poison our body to have some state. And so they invest in purchasing or endeavoring for this alcohol, and their investment, what is their return for that investment? They have a body that is filled with toxins. They have some state, and sometimes, quite often, they do something they say the next day, I don't even know I did that, right? So tamas, ignorance, is full of return on investment also. It's just that the investment to somebody who's got a higher taste and the return that they're getting doesn't look very tasteful, right? But the person in the mode of ignorance, that's why they're doing it. There's no other reason that there's a return on investment. They're giving something and they're getting something. They do it over and over and over, and they become very successful in the mode of ignorance, right? What does return of investment look for the person in passion? They are endeavoring for some kind of gain, right? And they enjoy it for some time, and then there's some suffering, right? For instance, the person works so hard because they want to have a nice car, right? Wow, let me work real hard and I'll get this nice car, and then people will love me and I'll be so happy. And they spend so much time getting that car. And then they get the car, and 2 or 3 weeks later, it's like just another thing, right? And matter of fact, not is it just another thing, it's another thing you have to take care of. You got to take it go get its oil change, you got to go get gas, you got to do this, this, and this, and it becomes a source of suffering, actually. Nobody wants to take their car in to go get it DEQ'd or whatever is take it to go get approved by the inspection. There we go. You want to take it for inspection. Nobody wants to do that, right? So their investment is this money, and the return is temporary so-called happiness that fleets and causes distress. Then you come up to somebody in the mode of goodness, right? Somebody in the mode of goodness is also getting a return in their investment, and they're investing in things that give life, right? Often this is somebody who's pious, right? The mode of goodness, let me go to church on Sundays, let me have nice relationships with people who are also good people, good moralistic behaviors, good characteristics, good healthy behaviors, good mentality, good attitudes. And therefore I will also have a good mentality and association with these people. And so when I invest in these relationships, in this life, then it often has a nice return investment. But it's not like gambling in a sense, you know what I mean? Like a big high risk. It's usually a nice steady risk with a nice steady investment. So Srila Prabhupada here and Prahlad Maharaj are saying, don't be like this. Don't come to Krishna with the desire for return on investment. Don't be a mercantile person. But if you're still conditioned, then yes, come to Krishna. There's nothing better than coming to Krishna for anything and everything. Because the amazing thing about Krishna, actually, let's talk about, for a second, the conditioned devotee. The devotee who's trying to come up to the pure devotional service, but also has some material entanglements, right? Still trying to stop that taste, and so they're flickering back and forth, right? So they're also in a mood of return on investment because of conditioning of lifetime after lifetime of saying, if I do this, I get this. If I do this, I get this. And then, manipulating that situation into getting what you want. So the conditioned devotee who is working towards becoming a pure devotee is flickering like this. So we come to the temple, we have a nice association, and we get nice prasadam, and often because of our conditioning, we get into that mode of goodness where we get content. I'm not in the sense of serving Krishna, but my life becomes, I'm okay, right? Matter of fact, Srila Prabhupada's talking about this, the person who comes for money or distress, right? And let's be honest, I don't know why, as a devotee, come to Krishna often when I'm distressed. I'm distressed, Krishna, please help. I want to be relieved from it. So often as devotees, we're often coming in these ways too, is looking for some freedom of distress. But at least we're coming to the right source, right? At least we're making the right investment, you could say. We're not paying our investment into something that's a fallible soldier, right? We're not looking at something that is temporary, illusioned, and not going to give anything. That's going to be, at the time of death, is completely gone, right? Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that a little advancement on this stage saves from the greatest kind of fear. And the greatest type of fear is losing out. Where even at death, we're losing out because everything's being taken away from us. But even in this lifetime, the fear of not making progress is that we're losing out on some kind of happiness. And if we're not gaining that progress in our happiness and our relationship with Krishna, and then we're not so good at it because we're not very good materialists because we kind of given that up. We find a very difficult situation, right? It's like I'm not getting happiness in the material platform, but I'm not getting happiness from my Krishna consciousness, And so we're working towards a way we're working towards making progress, but because we are going to the right source, Krishna helps us. Krishna gives us a hand, right? He says, I know that you have some things that you still want, some material things you want. And I am the best doctor, so I will give you these experiences through life where you'll get what you want, but at the end you're going to find that they're not very satisfying. And of course, because you're already coming to me, you'll keep coming to me, and then you'll finally figure out what the real investment is. However, the interesting thing happens is that when we come to the real investment and the return are the same thing. What is our investment? Service. What's our return? More service, right? Wow. So the devotee's mentality no longer becomes, Krishna, if I do this for you, you're going to give me some service. It just becomes simply who they are. I serve my Lord. I do whatever I can with anything I have to please Him. And He's so kind that He gives me service. This becomes like breathing to the pure devotee. It's not a thing that you think about. It's not the thing you have to endeavor for. It simply is. It is where you're at. So, as devotees, I should speak for myself, so I apologize if you guys are peer devotees and I'm pushing you down. I apologize. I should speak for myself. So as a conditioned devotee, at least we're coming to the right source. We're getting some purification. And Krishna and the spiritual master is in our life that they're helping us to come to this stage. And although we can become impatient because we think that we're used to wanting quick returns on our investment, the thing is that in devotional service, we need to be patient because we need to be cured from this mentality that keeps us from unconditional love, of giving Krishna and receiving Krishna's unconditional love. 8:15. Woohoo! Any questions, comments, thoughts? Any experiences on with your return on investments? Deidre, what's your question? Just a second, let's get the mic, and then everybody in the YouTube world can hear.
Hello.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. You talked about the 3 types of, I guess, people is ones in ignorance, passion, and goodness.
Yes.
Right? And ignorance wants something. Passion wants something. Goodness wants something. But the difference is, I think, or I'm not sure, but I'm asking, but my thoughts is the goodness is out of mostly gratefulness. It's just being grateful to be in the presence of, because I think in this world, we all want something, we need something. We live in a material world. We have to have food, we have to have clothes, we have to have shelter. A lot of people don't have those things. However, as a human, we should have those things. And then I feel like some people get caught up in the world in that way because the world has been upside down mostly because most people don't have the basic needs of humans.
Basically have what?
Of human, to be human, the basic needs is housing, clothing, food, to live, to just even feel human. You need at least those 3 things, So I feel like when people don't have that, it's easier for them to get caught up in ignorance. That's easier. However, you have some people that have it but want more and more and more of it. And I feel like that's a different ignorance. However, I feel like we need passion even for goodness. Because for me, I'm going to say, I don't say we, not we, for me, my goodness came from passion, passion of trying to get to know God, who God is. Looking for, not even, I won't say God, I think I always knew God. I say we all are looking for truth. And in order to find the truth, you got to have a little bit of passion for it. I don't think people do anything without passion. So my question is for you, what is the difference between, because all of them want something, right? We all are looking for something. Ignorance, passion, and goodness is looking for something from God. What is the real difference?
What's the real difference of?
Yeah, passion and goodness, I'm asking. I don't really think
Passion and goodness? What's the real difference of passion and goodness? Okay. So by the way, these 3 things are called modes of material nature. So a person is a spirit soul, and the covering that they have is made of these 3 conditionings, these 3 modes of material nature. And so each person has a perception and an instrument, the body, and a way of perceiving things through these 3 modes. And they're often understood to be like the 3 primary colors. So the three primary colors, you can mix something up and get any color, right? So the three modes of material nature, we can mix in a certain way to get a certain kind of body or a certain kind of perception, right? A certain kind of mode. So a person that is coming from the mode of passion is always looking for gain of a certain quality that at the end creates them stress. Whereas a person in the mode of goodness is also desiring something, but they've come up to an intelligence that knows that I'm not really into distress, so let me at least be in a situation where the things that I am endeavoring for give me a nice positive in return. They make me feel good. They make others feel good. For instance, if you look at people who are that talk about, and mentality is, if you give something, you get it in return. So therefore, I want to give happiness. So I talk to people nicely. I make nice friendships. I'm very kind and stuff. And so this person's realized that if I give these things, then what do I get in return? Kindness, compassion, these things. There's still a desire for want in return, but there's still, when I give happiness, there's happiness. And when I get happiness, there's happiness. But these always fall short because this happiness is coming from a temporary source. And so we even know that in the mode of goodness, it falls short of what we're really looking for, right? So this is the difference between a mode of passion and the mode of goodness. And we're encouraged to get to a point where we are in the mode of goodness, but really that's not even the goal. The goal is that we're in the mode of goodness because it's a nice platform for us to really serve God nicely. I'm not really looking to be a giver. I'm really looking to help people. I really want to help people because I think Krishna will like it, right? And so our food becomes nice, our association becomes nice, and we want to serve, right? However, in the conditioned state, and their service often becomes with something we want back. I'm going to give some service and I want something back. If I'm nice to you, you be nice to me, right? And if you're not nice to me, then I'm not going to ignore you, or even sometimes we go into the thing of punishment. Like anyways, punish some way. But the difference, okay, so first of all, you mentioned that we need the mode of passion. See, these all grow on each other. So there's some people that need the mode of passion to come up to the mode of goodness. And so they need that mix. But there are people that are in the mode of goodness that are, there. However, to be honest with you, yes, you're right. To a certain degree in this material world, there's a certain amount of passion that's there, But the devotee is using passion and goodness only for the service of the Lord, right? And so in the unconditioned state, meaning that we're in our pure state, there's actually no thought of return. It's unconditional love. We just want to serve Krishna because that's what we do. That's how we breathe. Our breath, our being, our is service. Go ahead and use the mic. I'm sorry, please.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
What do you call when you get to that point when you like you said, you're doing it just to please God, like you just want to be in the presence of Krishna. Mm-hmm. You went through the ignorance, you went through the passion, the goodness. Yeah. Now I'm just a servant of God. I'm just a servant of Krishna. What is that called?
Well, I'll put that into two different categories. There's one called pure goodness. So all your activities are in the mode of goodness, but they're pure goodness because there's no longer the want for anything in return. You're just simply serving Krishna. So the pure goodness is that the activities that you do are in the mode of goodness, but they're no longer in the desire of wanting something in return, right? They're no longer because I have an intelligence that if I do these things, it makes my life peaceful or happy or like, I live the good life, It's just how you breathe.
Like when he said that the instructor, the teacher said the other day that whether you're in the clouds of hell or the clouds of heaven, you're okay.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Their focus is no longer in the externals of pain and suffering, happiness and distress, heat and cold. They're more looking at their complete focus is how do I please my Lord? It's just like, and they don't even have to think like that. It's just what they're doing, So we call it pure goodness, but really the pure goodness is called the pure devotee, which is the same thing. So we're working our way up to being pure devotees. Parahamsas, these people that their only thing in life is Krishna, and they have no desire for material. And so in this purport, Srila Prabhupada saying that that we should come up to this. That when we're finally free of material desires, the desire for some gain from material benefits, then we are pure. However, in the conditioned state, there are things to pray for that are good for us because we need to be honest where we're at. And the honesty is, I'm not a pure devotee. I do want things and stuff. So therefore, then we do it with a way of asking Krishna. We come to him and say, Krishna, if I need some money, but only if you desire to give me this amount, please give me what I need. So that's coming to the right. So okay, here's my last point, and then we'll move to some. See, the thing about Krishna is all pure. He's absolute. So when we come to Krishna for anything, we often look at it from our perspective of wanting something. But from Krishna's perspective, he just sees his child coming from him. He doesn't see the materialistic part of it. He sees that we're coming to him. And so therefore, when we come to him, we take shelter of him, and he puts us on a path to get rid of all those things that aren't good for us. So our contact with the holy names, Hare Krishna, the Maha Mantra, is coming in contact with Krishna in a way that it's absolute. That we just keep that in our life, and purification happens. Because he is the purifier. He's the one who's doing everything. We actually just have one choice, and that's whether we want to be with him or not be with him. And so as devotees, we're trying to be with him, and we understand the best way to be with him is to chant Hare Krishna. And that will get the ball rolling, you could say. Yes, no? Hare Krishna. Thank you, Deidre. I really appreciate your nice questions. Very thoughtful. Any comments, questions, thoughts, corrections? Oh my gosh.
Well, I had questions, but you just answered them in that last part. Thank you very much. That was very, very personal, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
The part about having, always wanting to please Krishna. I'll do this because maybe it'll make Krishna happy, and my life will go easier. So you just answered how that works and how to get past that. So thank you very much. That was very personal.
The nice thing about it is that we have, with coming to Krishna, we have enough experiences over time that we see that he's just going to take care of us. You see? At first we're asking for you to take care of me, and you take care of me, you take care of me. And eventually we actually hear from the Charyas, like we don't even have to ask. oh, can I believe that? Yeah, actually I've had the experiences where Krishna takes care of me every single time. And so therefore, I don't have to ask because I've had the experiences, right? It's not blind faith, but blind faith is condemned. However, we're encouraged to follow in the footsteps of the previous acharyas. We're meant to do those things which they're giving us to purify ourselves. And then we start to see it, and then we start to understand it, and our faith becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, till one day it becomes that our breathing is just the pleasure of the Lord, and there's no thoughts of I and my, me, mine, these things. Matter of fact, this morning we were talking, or we were listening to a book, and Srila Prabhupada is has a letter written from his godbrothers, one of his godbrothers in India, and he says, I'm very disturbed by your last talk. During your talk was nothing but I and mine, me and mine. And he was being very critical towards Srila Prabhupada. And this is an understanding that is not of the highest, because when you see the character of Srila Prabhupada, you'll understand that Srila Prabhupada wasn't, his being wasn't this or that. It was simply just to give others Krishna. In whatever way they could take it. Whatever way really pierced the heart. And so he was willing to use language that even his Godher brothers wouldn't understand. And he was willing, his investment was actually so much that he left the best place, to come help us. His investment was that he was criticized so much for going to the West and preaching to people who in India thought were low-class people, right? But Srila Prabhupada didn't care about the return on the investment or the investment. All he cared about was Krishna's pleasure. And so therefore, he was willing to give anything up. Because he knew this. He knew that what Prahlad Maharaj is saying, that he had no need to worry about anything except for, I shouldn't even say except for, he had no need to worry about anything. His only thought, Srila Prabhupada's, was to serve his guru and Krishna. That's where we're trying to get. So, we take association with Srila Prabhupada, read through his books, and we start to have a mentality that when we think about things, we think about, I wonder what Srila Prabhupada would think about this. I wonder what Srila Prabhupada would want me to do here. I wonder how Srila Prabhupada would take care of this. And so this is association. Association isn't just hanging out with people. It's that their mentality starts to affect the way that you act and the way you think. You start to perceive in a way that they would act, and therefore you have a desire to try to act in a way that would be similar. However, we don't imitate, so we need to at the same time understand who we are. So we understand who Srila Prabhupada is, and we say, who am I? How can I do this in a way that would please Srila Prabhupada? And this is association. Through association, we come to the purest platform. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gaura Pramanande Hari Hari Bo. Vanchika Patarubhyascha. Kripa Sindhubhyevacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo. Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Antikoti Vaishnava Vrindi ki jai. Hare Krishna. Turn on investment. Interesting. Hare Krishna.